Hello, and welcome to this episode of Making a Difference. Today I got the opportunity to sit down with Sky and Johnny, two of the youth that I had the privilege of serving when I was a youth leader at the Rock Church, and this is their story.
Okay, cool. My name is Jonathan. It's my wife Sky, or
Hi.
Johnny and Sky. I've known Steve for, almost 10 years. I met him at youth. He was a youth leader at the time at our church, and he's impacted me in a great way as far as, I didn't have a dad growing up really a lot in my figure. So he kind of, there was a handful of men, and Steve was one of them that came into my life and kind of really were an example to what a man should be like. And so it definitely had a big impact on me. And we're still talking now, we're friends now, so definitely changed my life.
So in high school, Steve was one of my youth leaders, and he was amazing. There were some times when I didn't fully understand where he was coming from, but during this one particular part of my life, I was 17, and my best friend was going through a lot of trauma in her life, and it really took a toll on me. There was a lot of times I was showing up at youth where I was depressed and I was no longer smiling all the time, going from the girl that was always really chipper and happy to this zombie almost. One time he pulled me aside during youth and he called me out and was asking how I was doing, and really showed me just that I couldn't handle the weight of her world and all of her trauma and all of her hurt when she was constantly going through wanting to commit suicide, and really taking that upon myself. And he was one of the youth leaders that called me out and was telling me that I didn't need that, and maybe I wasn't the right person to help her go through all that stuff and take it on my own and really focus on her maybe getting professional help, and I wasn't the right person to be able to support her during this time. And at first I didn't take it well at all. I remember getting furious at him and being like, he's such a jerk, I don't know what he's talking about, she needs me. I can't even imagine leaving her alone during this time. But he was the one person that actually called me out, and when everybody else saw it, he wasn't afraid that if I was mad at him, because he was only telling me the truth, and he did it in love. And I'm so grateful, even though I didn't understand during that time, and it took me a long time to understand where he was coming from. That changed my life and my perspective, knowing that I'm not the savior. There's no way that she can go through those tough times even with that, and showing that I really needed to support her in being a friend, but not being her counselor, and not being her savior, not being the person that could heal her, because only Jesus could do that. And Steve was there always, giving me support and counsel and guidance. And I will always be grateful for that love, and it's those people that who love you the most that will correct you. And I needed that correction, and I needed that support, and he gave that to me.